Welcome, dear friend. I have an exclusive gift for you, and it's right here on this page. A gift that is going to unleash an endless flow of prosperity, wealth, and happiness into your life. A gift that will materialize your greatest desires like magic. In fact, it's a gift that allows you to unlock your inner ability to harness abundance from the universe. Now, let me congratulate you first, because the reason you are seeing this page is not by chance, but by destiny. You are here because the universe has prepared a special message for you. A message that will reveal the secret to attract anything you desire effortlessly. Now, here's something I need you to know. You are not limited by what happened in the past. You are not limited by your gender or age. And you are definitely not limited by how bad you have been with money. Because once you discover this secret, you can manifest prosperity and abundance in as fast as within the next 24 hours. So, I suggest that you listen very closely to what I'm about to share with you in the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds, as I'm going to reveal to you the hidden secret to get the universe to give you anything that you desire. Now, you might be wondering who I am and why you should listen to me. My name is Stefan Peters. I'm a well-known spiritual teacher that has helped thousands of people around the world to achieve financial abundance. Perhaps you've seen me recently on Fox News, CBS, the Huffington Post, and other major media outlets. And what I'm going to show you today is the exact same secret that has allowed me to generate a total of $675,000 while traveling around the world last year. Now, before you start thinking that I'm someone who is born with a silver spoon or I have some sort of special skills, I need to let you know that I'm just an ordinary guy, and things weren't always easy for me. Because just a few short years ago, my life was a complete mess. Perhaps a lot worse than yours. I was working in a small accounting firm as an IT staff. The money I made clearly wasn't enough to support my family, and we could only afford to live in a rented apartment. Even though the pay was low, for the last 15 years, I never once thought of leaving the company, because I believed that my boss would eventually see my loyalty for the company and reward me with the next big promotion. But all this changed after one incident. One day during my shift, I made a careless mistake that caused the company's server to break down for half a day. The next day, my boss called me into the office. "Stefan, how could you make such a stupid mistake? Are you tired of working? Do you know that I can easily hire someone to replace you?" I told myself that I would work harder from now on to compensate for my mistake. From then on, I was always the first one to reach the office and the last one to leave. I even came in on weekends to complete my work. I thought that things were working out and everything was going to be fine. But as you will soon see, things weren't going as smoothly as I imagined. A few months later, my boss called me into his office. He sat me down and explained to me that due to recession, the company has decided to hire a younger and cheaper worker to replace me. I was stunned for a moment. Wait, why must it be me? Is it because of the small mistake I made? But I've been with the company for 15 years. I clenched my fists tight, trying hard to hold back my anger. My boss didn't care what I was saying and told me to pack up everything by the end of the week. As I went back home that day, I sat outside the door for the whole night. I was too afraid to share the news with my wife, Melissa. I thought to myself, God, why did you let all these things happen to me? I'm struggling. If you can hear me, can you please help me? Please. Just when I thought that losing my job was the worst thing that happened to me, an investment firm that my friend introduced to me went bust. Lured by greed, I parked a huge sum of money in this investment firm with an expectation of high returns. And just like that, all my savings disappeared overnight. Now, just when I thought that all hope was lost, something unbelievable happened. While heading to the grocery store one night, I saw my high school friend Richard. It had been a long time since I met him. And I remembered back in the day, he was forced to drop out of high school due to his family's financial challenges. But the Richard who was standing right in front of me was different. He is now the owner of a multi-million-dollar business and owns dozens of properties under his name. When Richard saw me, he immediately realized that there was something wrong with me. After I shared my story with him, he looked at me and said, "Stefan, I'm so sorry to hear this, and I know it must be hard for you. Sometimes hard work may not be the solution to getting what you want. What you need is to ask the universe and you shall receive." That's how I did it. At first, I thought Richard was being sarcastic, because he clearly didn't seem like the kind who would believe in the New Age mumbo jumbo. But as I probed deeper, I soon realized that it wasn't the case at all. He actually went from being heavily in debt to a millionaire after enrolling into an online manifestation program. Richard reached out for his phone and sent me a message with the login details to the online program. "Apply the techniques taught inside the program and take action," he told me with conviction. Seeing the transformation in Richard gave me a new hope. Immediately after the conversation, I went back home to check out the website. Inside, there were soundtracks, ebooks, and videos on law of attraction, and a ton of other resources. Without hesitation, I started trying all the techniques taught in the program. For 2 months, I spent 5 hours every day listening to tracks, watching videos, and practicing all kinds of rituals, hoping to see some positive changes in my life. But to my disappointment, nothing has worked. There weren't any signs of my life improving, not even one bit. At first, I thought it failed because I was new to manifesting, so I continued to listen to the audios and practice the rituals repeatedly. But still, it didn't work for me. In fact, not only was it not working, it seemed to make my life worse. Because a few days later, my rent doubled, and I received an eviction notice that I have to move out of my apartment if I don't pay the rent by Friday. But the worst has yet to happen, and you shall soon find out why. One morning, I got a phone call for a job interview, so I rushed out of the house. While crossing the street, someone grabbed my arm. As I turned back, I saw an old man. He looked me in the eyes and said, "Young man, no matter what happens today, stay calm. We're with you." Frustrated, I shook off his hand and told him to stay away from me. "Listen, I don't know you and I have no idea what you're talking about, but I have no time for this right now, so get away from me." I didn't think much about what the old man said and rushed off for my job interview. That evening, when I returned home, there was no one in the house. "Melissa, I'm back," my voice echoed in the living room. Then, I saw a note on the dining table. It wrote, "Sorry, Stefan, I tried, but I really can't handle the stress anymore. I don't see how things can get better, so I'm leaving. Please forgive me. Goodbye, Melissa." After reading that, my knees fell onto the ground and I broke down immediately. At that point in time, I felt suffocated by all the bad things that were happening to me. It seemed like the doors to abundance, love, and wealth were all closed on me. And no matter what I've done, I just couldn't get myself out of the situation I was in. Kind of like being stuck in quicksand. The harder you try to get out, the deeper you sink in. But what happened next completely changed my life. In fact, I can still vividly remember the whole incident like it happened yesterday. That night, I was standing on top of the bridge, planning to take my own life. Looking down at the river, I felt like a loser. It was clear to me that my life had no meaning, and there was no reason to continue living. I was constantly failing and being pathetic at everything. I was tired of existence, and I just wanted it to be over. Just when I was about to jump, suddenly, there was a strong, cold wind blowing right at me. It was at that exact moment I heard a voice from the back. "Listen, dear one, not all hope is lost. There's still time, and we're with you." Immediately, someone grabbed onto my shoulders and pulled me down from the railing. When I finally got a hold of myself, I looked up at the man who had just saved me. and I was speechless. It was the same guy that I met earlier. The same guy that grabbed my arm in the street when I was rushing for my job interview. So, how the heck did this old man know my name? How did he know that I would attempt suicide tonight? And why is he saving me? All these questions started flooding my mind all at once, and I tried hard to figure out what exactly was going on. He smiled when he saw my confused look. I know what you're thinking, Stefan. I know everything that happened to you because the universe sent me to help you. Turns out the old man is called Theodore Luck, and he has been practicing the ancient art of manifestation since he was 5. In fact, his family are all spiritual guides, and it is a traditional practice that has been passed down from generation to generation. As spiritual guides, they are destined to provide spiritual guidance to people that are lost. Think of them as shepherds leading the sheep, and it's their task to bring those lost sheep back home. All right, if the universe really wants to help me, then why am I in such a bad state? I exclaimed. Theodore reached out to his bag and passed me an old, faded-looking MP3 player. I know it has been hard for you, but the universe has its own plan. Listen to this and it will change everything for you. After I went home that night, I sat down on my sofa with the MP3 player in my hand. I was hesitant to listen because I didn't want to be disappointed again. However, from my conversation with Theodore, I could feel that he was different. He has an aura of peace and tranquility around him that I can't explain. What if Theodore was really sent by the universe to help me? Maybe this MP3 player is the answer to all my prayers. I mean, I have nothing more to lose. Why don't I just give it a try? So I took the MP3 player and pressed the play button. I gently closed my eyes, and the audio track started playing. It was some kind of weird music that I'd never heard before. As I continued listening, I started to experience a strange kind of peace and calmness in my mind. For the first time in my life, I could feel all my muscles relaxing, and my body as light as a feather. All the worries that I had been feeling recently were suddenly lifted off my mind. I was so overwhelmed by incredible gratitude and emotional warmth that I was on the verge of crying. The audio track was only a few short minutes, but it felt like I've just had a deep and relaxing sleep. And right at that moment, from the corner of my eye, I saw the eviction notice for my apartment. A total of $2,000 to be paid by Friday. Money that I didn't have. How I wished I had enough money to pay for this. I sat down on my sofa, trying to think of ways to pay for the rent, because I just couldn't imagine myself living on the streets. Right at that moment, my phone rang. It was from my friend who introduced me to the investment scheme. Stefan, how have you been? I'm sorry to hear what happened between you and Melissa. But hey, I just got my bonus, so I can return you $2,000 first. Let's meet tomorrow, he said. As unbelievable as it may sound, it was exactly $2,000 that I needed to pay for my rent. I paused for a moment. Okay, Stefan, calm down. This isn't real. You must be dreaming. I pinched my face a few times to make sure I was fully awake. Was it due to Theodore's audio tracks? I wasn't sure, but I continued listening to the tracks as I was afraid that if I stopped listening, the miracle that I just experienced might disappear. To my amazement, ever since that day, more miracles started happening in my life. For the past few months, I started working as a freelance software engineer. Whenever I posted a job gig online, I will receive dozens of requests almost immediately. One of my clients even offered me $15,000 in retainer fees. And in less than a month, I was able to generate an amazing income of $45,000. To be honest, I was so shocked because I've never made so much money in my life. Miracles continued to appear again and again. I couldn't believe how quickly it all happened. I was certain that the secret behind the success was all due to the tracks in the MP3 player. Because ever since I started listening to the audio tracks, it was like opening up to a whole new world of abundance and miracles. Money finally started flowing freely towards me. So I immediately contacted Theodore for a meetup to understand more about the tracks. And what I discovered next shocked me. You see, according to the latest quantum physics research, everything, including us, are made up of either positive energy or negative energy. The things we desire in life are made up of positive energy. Things such as getting a pay raise, winning random lotteries, or finding your soulmate. And the things we want to avoid in life are made up of negative energy. For example, losing your job, getting into debts, broken relationships, or getting sick. And if we want to attract the things that we desire in life, we ourselves have to be in sync with the same type of energy we want to attract. In other words, we have to be emitting positive energy around us in order to attract the good things in life. So if you have been facing bad luck and troubles in your life, what this means is that you have been emitting negative energy around you. Now, I'm sure the question you have in your mind right now is, how can I remove negative energy from my life? Well, the sad truth is, you can't just remove or destroy negative energy. Here's why. Because based on what Albert Einstein had discovered, and is even proven till this day, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be converted. And here's what Theodore Luck shared with me. The only way to live a life of abundance and miracles is to convert the negative energy inside you into positive energy. And he found out that the conversion can be easily done with any law of attraction technique, such as visualizing, affirmations, or even writing a dream journal. Now, before you start thinking, Stefan, I have tried law of attraction before and it didn't work for me. I need you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to reveal next. Because that was exactly what I told Theodore when he mentioned about the law of attraction. And what Theodore shared with me next made complete sense. You see, the only reason why law of attraction is not working for you is because you are trapped. You are trapped by a hidden force that is preventing you from converting negative energy into positive energy. In other words, this hidden force is keeping you in a high negative energy state. And according to neuroscientists from Harvard, this hidden force is the reason why negative things are sticking with you even after you tried your best to improve your life. In fact, it can even cause you to dwell on dark thoughts and hurt your relationships with loved ones. This force is also known as the mind reaper, as Theodore calls it, as it is known for stealing people's ability to achieve prosperity, happiness, love, and abundance in their lives. It was then that I came to the realization. It wasn't because the manifestation program that Richard shared with me doesn't work. It was because the mind reaper was preventing me from achieving financial abundance. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt unwanted, useless, or unappreciated? Or have negative thoughts such as, I'm lousy, I'll never be rich, I'm destined to be a failure? Well, the only reason why you are feeling this way is because the mind reaper is acting upon you, twisting your thoughts and emotions in your mind. So the real secret to transforming your life is to eliminate the mind reaper, which will then convert the negative energy that is shaping the way you feel into positive energy to attract abundance and prosperity into your life. Fortunately, a few hundred years ago, Theodore's family had already cracked the code on how to remove the mind reaper by using specific soundtracks and sound frequencies. The same kind of soundtracks that I have been listening to in Theodore's MP3 player. These ancient mystical soundtracks are called miracle sound waves. They are like weapons for the mind to get rid of the mind reaper. So, in other words, once you start listening to the miracle sound waves, the hidden force that is preventing negative energy from converting to positive energy will break down. After hearing this, I was very grateful to Theodore for appearing at the right moment in my life. How could I ever repay your kindness? I asked Theodore. Theodore looked at me and smiled. You're welcome, Stefan. There are still millions of people trapped by the mind reaper. Perhaps you would like to join me in my mission to help them? You see, I could have ended my life if not for Theodore. Of course, I was more than willing to dedicate my life to helping others find new hope in their lives too. And all of a sudden, I had an aha moment. Instead of going around to talk to people one by one, I thought of a more efficient way of sharing this gift from the universe with more people. We can upload Theodore's miracle sound waves and manifestation rituals online so that more people can access the materials easily. So, for the past 2 years, we've been tweaking and refining all the materials into a system that has already proven to help over 2,730 ordinary people to achieve their financial goals. Introducing Prosperity Miracles, a system that is created and tested based on scientific research, proven to eliminate the mind reaper effectively. Here's how it works. We've compiled all the techniques into a plug-and-play system. Step number 1, log in to the private online portal. Step number 2, press play and let Prosperity Miracles system do all the work for you. Step number 3, experience prosperity and wealth flowing into your life, starting today. Now, in case you are wondering that the Prosperity Miracle system is too complicated, here's the thing. You don't need to know anything about the law of attraction. You don't need to be good with visualization techniques. You don't even need to have any prior knowledge on manifestation. In fact, you don't need anything else besides following my simple instructions. The system is laid out in a way that makes it simple for you to remove the mind reaper, where all you need to do is just press play. Nothing has worked so quickly and easily when it comes to attracting abundance from the universe. Picture yourself waking up the next morning, knowing that you can have absolute freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Imagine having the ability to pay off all your debts and travel around the world without any financial stress. Imagine having the energy and vitality to pursue the things you are truly passionate about. To most people, this might sound impossible. Just like no one thought it was possible to have a computer in the pocket until the smartphone was introduced. Because what you are about to experience is a system that will allow you to transit into a state of prosperity and abundance. Think of it as a meditation hack. Achieving the effects of long-term meditation without spending months or even years, but only a matter of minutes. And all the way till today, the results have been nothing short of incredible. In fact, we had a 100% success rate in our test group. Most people reported dramatic results within weeks, and I've received more heartfelt thank you messages than I can even count. But listen, don't just take my word for it. Here's what other people are saying about this breakthrough system. Emily sent me an email 2 weeks ago, and here's what she wrote. Hi, Stefan. I'm writing this email to express my gratitude to you. I must admit that initially I was skeptical because what you said in the video just felt too good to be true. While hesitating, I discussed with my husband on investing in Prosperity Miracles. He encouraged me to take up the system as he could feel your genuineness to help people. After just 3 days of implementing what you shared, I was extremely surprised when I received an unexpected check of $3,000. Thank you, Stefan. Emily Ross. And Anne Harley, who posted this on her Facebook wall. As a single mom with 2 young kids, I've really been struggling financially to make ends meet. But everything changed when I started using Prosperity Miracles. In just 3 months, I've made over $16,000, and now I never have to worry about money ever again. This is because I'm making money every single day while being at home. Thank you, Stefan. I never thought that one day I would be able to quit my job and spend quality time with my children. All these would not be possible without you. Thank you so much, Stefan. Here's another email testimony from a member who just joined 5 days ago. Stefan, Prosperity Miracles is truly phenomenal. I never ever thought that it would be so easy to attract abundance from the universe. My sister and I started on this together, and on the second day, we won $2,200 from a local lucky draw. Not only that, I also manifested my dream job, and I'm excited to start work tomorrow. Cheers. Roger Dean. So, what do you think? Pretty powerful, don't you agree? I get testimonials like this every day from people from all walks of life. Prosperity Miracles system has proven to help people change from a life of struggle to one filled with abundance. And I want you to be my next success story. When you grab your copy of the Prosperity Miracle System, I'm going to do absolutely everything in my power to make sure you achieve your goals in the fastest and easiest way possible. Listen, this is about giving yourself a second chance. Nothing will ever change until you are ready to make a change. Prosperity Miracles might be your final chance at making your dream life come true, and the system can bring you life-changing results in minutes. But if you don't do something about it now, things will continue to get worse for you. There are people out there who are paying me thousands of dollars for what I teach. But for me, it's not about money anymore. In fact, my goal is not to make money with this system, but to create amazing transformations in people's lives. And I have a goal to help at least 10,000 people to achieve their financial goals this year. This is why when I give people access to Prosperity Miracles, I don't want people to squander this life-changing opportunity. And if I offer this system for free, the truth is that you won't take it seriously. And that is doing a disservice to you, because Prosperity Miracles can change your life right here, right now. Therefore, I only want those who are committed to improve their lives and build a promising future to get their hands on this rare opportunity. So if this sounds like you, then I suggest that you activate your full access pass to Prosperity Miracles now. All you need is to invest in the low price you see below, and you can be on your way to achieving the financial abundance you've always wanted. On top of that, to make this decision a no-brainer, here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm giving you a 100% generate more wealth and abundance guarantee today, completely free. This means you can put my Prosperity Miracle System to the test, listen to the audio tracks, and try out all the methods. And if you don't experience an increase in your wealth, happiness, prosperity, or health, then I don't want your money. All you need to do is email me at the address provided in the members area, and I will refund you every single cent with no questions asked. Honestly, this has never happened to anyone before, because Prosperity Miracles has always proven to work time and time again. To accept my risk-free deal and start attracting abundance, click on the button below right now. So right now, from the way I see it, you only have two options in front of you. Option 1. You can forget everything I just shared with you. You can leave this page, hoping that someday, somehow, your life will be turned around. Just keep doing the same thing you've been doing and ignore the problem until it's too late. Or, option 2. You can take advantage of the Prosperity Miracle System and make the first step towards the new life you truly deserve. One where you have no debts, no frustrations, no pains. A life filled with unlimited abundance and miracles. I know you are going to make a wise decision and start taking control of your life today. Start attracting the things you have always desired with Prosperity Miracles. That's the better path, the wiser path, the only path that's deserving for you. And I look forward to walking it with you. Simply click on the button below to unlock the door to a life of abundance today. Now you might be thinking, well, Stefan, let me think about it and I'll come back to this later. Hold on for a second. Look, the worst thing you could possibly do is leave this page now. Because let's be honest, how many times have you missed on opportunities because you chose to put off what was needed to be done? How many times has it caused you to waste your precious time? Because the truth is, the faster you seize this opportunity, the faster you get to remove the Mind Reaper. And once you eliminate the Mind Reaper, you can stop living paycheck to paycheck. You can quit from that job that you hate. And best of all, you can start living life on your own terms. Look, if you turn your back on this opportunity now, then how are things going to change for the better? You see, when given the same opportunity, many people who actually need the opportunity often tell themselves, I'll do it tomorrow. But the tomorrow turns into weeks, months, and years, and they're still in the exact same spot, feeling anxious and helpless about their finances, unable to pay off their debts. And I don't want that to happen to you. So click on the button below to get started with Prosperity Miracles and let it change your life today. Also, if you are thinking that this is just another scheme that is created to rip you off your hard-earned money, it just goes to show how deep the Mind Reaper is affecting your life. It is blocking you from seeing the treasures that the universe has prepared for you. But the good news is, once the Mind Reaper is gone from your life, you will be able to start receiving the endless prosperity and abundance that you're meant to have. And get this, if this small investment is stopping you from living the life that you deserve, then I must warn you that you might lose more. And I'm talking about hundreds or even thousands of dollars if you let this opportunity pass you by. How do I know? Because I've seen people who are stuck with negative energy due to the Mind Reaper, attracting more bad luck to themselves, which eventually caused them to lose more money. Things like unexpected health issues, which resulted in expensive medical bills, or bad relationships with their employers, which resulted in them losing their jobs, or making a huge loss of investments that they were so certain were safe initially. In other words, they ended up getting themselves into more and more debt by not eliminating the Mind Reaper earlier. So, my sincere advice to you is this. Since Prosperity Miracles has already worked for thousands of others just like you, why not choose the easy way and let Prosperity Miracles do all the work for you? After all, if I'm wrong, you can easily cancel the program and the money will be refunded to you. But let me ask you this. What if I'm right? Your life would have a complete transformation forever. A life filled with prosperity and abundance. Listen, your decision whether to join my system or not is not going to affect me or my lifestyle. I won't live any differently than I do now. My life will not change even if you decide to say no. But your life could change dramatically if you take advantage of this rare opportunity right now. You have everything to gain and literally nothing to lose. So don't wait. Click the button below and get access to Prosperity Miracles right now.